fantastic.
Now that the ADD moment's over, we're going to go
Yeah.
into the raised fist here. Okay, so the origin of the raised fist as either a symbol or a gesture is unclear. It's used in traditional unionism, anarchism, and in labor movement. In the use of had begun by the 1910s. William Big Bill Haywood, a founding member of the Industrial Workers of the World, used the metaphor of a fist as something greater than the sum of all of its parts during. Okay, so the way it works is the reason that they have the fist facing out is because the fist is made up of many different aspects. So your fingers, one finger can't do
Sure.
anything. Well, maybe this one, but all of them together make a fist, and so they're stronger.
Sure. I get it. It's the
And
same
so,
thing with like the what is it, the Bible analogy, like lots of twigs all together is like
well, there's
really
a
like
there's an episode of The Simpsons. How do you know you're going to talk about that? I would have brought up the video. There's an episode where Nelson's bullying people into going to his birthday party, and everybody's like, "We need to stand up to him." And Martin's like, one twig we're weak, but if we all form together, we form a mighty faggot." And it even puts the definition of what a faggot is down there. It's a bundle
oh
of
my God.
sticks or
Right.
a cigarette, and we're probably going to get in some sort of trouble for that.
Yeah,
I'm not
whatever.
even going to bleep it because I'm using it in context.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, it's that same idea of
Exactly.
coming together.
And so here's the other thing. This is the main part I was worried about or concerned about. The use of the this is the longest use of the closed fist in history. I think it was like from 1924 to about 1940. So 2 decades at least. The use of the fist as a salute by the communists and anti-fascists is first evidenced in 1924 when it was adopted for the Communist Party of Germany. We're literally
Uh-huh.
we're literally showing our children communist propaganda. And I have another article here from Fox News where they interview somebody and they're like, "Well, we're not necessarily communist. We're just anti-capitalist."
Oh
What
man.
is there a difference?
I don't know. I mean, is there? Or like really?
Probably not.
I don't know. I can't
No,
I
there
honestly
is
can't think of anything.
there is a difference, yeah. But let's I'm done with this thing. The funny part about this is if you look at all of the references they have here, they have one from 1917, and then we're missing an entire 30 years here between
Yeah.
1917 and 1940 where it was a communist propaganda piece. The people that edit this article are editing stuff from like the 70s and earlier or closer to our time, and they're leaving out the shit that people need to be worried about.
Which is the Russian
Communism.
communist revolution, right?
Just like communism and socialism in general.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm making loud noises. Just
That's
getting
all
my
good.
blood is boiling. Glad I don't have children right now because this shit's bullshit. And I'm not gonna let them watch fucking Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Just
I
waiting for
gotta.
the I'm just waiting for the day when homeschooling and private schooling is illegal because, you know,
Indoctrination.
they're
Yeah,
indoctrinating
yeah.
their kids.
That's
Yeah.
why people want school choice vouchers to
Right.
not be a thing. Is because it gives the power to the person to choose what school their child goes to.
Yep.
So you have all these people that have extra money to be able to send their kid to like a private like Catholic school. Now
Which I did.
a fucking like lower income family like even lower income families can use the money that would be going to the indoctrinating public school and put it into their indoctrinating Catholic school.
Well, and it also it fucks again, it fucks over the poor person that can't afford a private school. So they
Oh, but
have to send their kids.
we have all the socialized things that the government provides you that you can have when you're poor. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the choices that you have with that. That's what socialists don't seem to understand. It's like, no, when you are part of that system, you don't get choices.
Hmm.
You take what you're given and that's it.
Okay.
How do you like that? How do you like those freedoms, idiots?
Freedom!
Jesus.
The BLM clenched fist symbol has little known communist history, critics say. There probably should have been a different letter. Put a little known than there, because that's just written really bad. It is Fox News. Thank you, Maxim Lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Fox News.
I don't really like using Fox News as a source,
No.
but I literally couldn't find anything anywhere else because nobody wants to talk about it. Which might mean there's something different going on here, but I don't know. Here it is. This is an interview I think with somebody from like Morehead State University. It's a symbol used by movements that establish oppressive systems, as every system established along Marxist lines has been. Murray Bessette, a former professor of government at Morehead State University, and now with the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, told Fox News. Communist Victims Foundation. I liked that title. Let's see. The raised fist is primarily used by organizations and movements that are heavily influenced by Marxism, broadly understood. Bessa explained. I don't know. That sounds really weird.
Yeah, it does sound weird.
Okay. The symbol gathered a negative perception after being used by violent revolutionaries and dictators.
No shit.
Hold on. I've got a thing for that too. There was another like really innocent symbol that was taken over by a certain party of people that we don't use anymore. It's called the swastika.
A certain socialist workers party, perhaps.
The socialist. The funny thing is, in the raised fist Wikipedia, it talks about how this group here, the Roter Franken, I can't even do it, Alliance of Red Front Fighters. They were most of the people in that group during World War II and the Nazis' reign in Germany were rounded up and put into the prison camps.
Uh-huh.
So socialism is not the same as communism.
No, it's not.
According to the Nazis.
The Nazis.
The Nazis. You want to kill a Nazi? Okay, the symbol became so frightened with historical association, the murky faction fighting on the left in the Spanish Civil War, the perversion of communism in the Soviet Union, the tyrannies that emerged in post-colonial Africa, The Guardian reported at the time. This is like from 2006. But I got a bunch of other really interesting stuff here. So City Khan, the mayor of London, had it in like a fireworks display with a bunch of drones. But it was for what was it? Sadiq Khan. Did I say City Khan? But it was for in solidarity with BLM. Oh, I didn't want to click on that. Go away. Gross.
Oh man.
And then there's this famous incident that happened here. A bunch of Antifa morons, a bunch of Antifa lemmings, decided to harass this lady that refused to do the symbol of the closed fist. I'm like, I'm not a fucking idiot, you fucking idiots.
Well, and then the other thing is, you talk about anti-fascism and violence. It's like, here you are, obviously getting in this woman's face. Look, there's a whole crowd of people there.
The fascists are the ones that try to control to control language.
You're being fascist right there. Do you not? They don't get it. They don't get that forcing her to do something is fascist.
So the problem
wrong.
The problem here is if she had done it, she'd probably be there with like her hand behind her back with her fingers crossed, like, I don't mean it, God.
Right. Yeah. You like, you idiots honestly think that getting in her face like that and making her do it makes her think like, oh yeah, okay.
It's a hollow and empty gesture at that point.
Exactly. If you have to use fear and intimidation like this, because this is intimidation.
That's all.
This is a group of violent motherfuckers in this woman's face. If you have to use intimidation, you are wrong.
BLM has decided, at least some of the groups in Portland, because there's several different groups in Portland, have decided to disassociate themselves as much as they can from Antifa. because they're like, we want this change, but we're not going to be doing it the way that you guys are fucking doing it because you're a bunch of idiots.
And they're violent thugs.
I had to make sure my window was
closed.
closed.
To use fear and intimidation. That's the whole thing about getting out in front of people's houses and like chanting all night and vandalizing their property. That's all it is. It's fear and intimidation, which is what tyrants do.
It is.
Because if your movement was right and just, you would not have to be using tactics like this.
Crap, I don't have
to change people's minds. It's pathetic, and it's wrong, and it's bad.